I'm Sarah Borkson-Keeter with NAREITsREIT.com and welcome to Quick Study, a monthly review of REIT market developments. I'm joined today by Brad Case, NAREIT's Senior Vice President for Research and Industry Information. So Brad, after a strong March, we saw a slight dip in April. Is that indicative of any larger trend?
Yeah, I would say that April was a month with not a lot of very large movements in general. And I would characterize it as a month where some of the recent trends were somewhat reversed. So as an example, REITs have very definitely been outperforming the stock market recently, but as you note, during April, REITs underperformed. REIT total returns were down by 1.66% during the month of April, whereas the S&P 500 as a measure of the broad stock market was up about 0.4%. If you look at other segments of the stock market, again, the recent comparisons were a little bit reversed. REITs have outperformed small cap stocks. They've outperformed small cap value stocks, but those categories of the stock market outperformed the rest of the stock market and therefore outperformed REITs. So not a month of big movements, but the movements that we saw tended to kind of be a rebalancing. I would say it was kind of a rebalancing month.
And how would you say the picture looks for underlying fundamentals?
Oh, actually very strong. So when you look at occupancy rates, occupancy rates continue to be very strong for REIT-owned properties. When you look at rent growth, continues to be strong for REIT-owned properties. When you look at the underlying macroeconomic conditions, I think there's growing evidence that the economic recovery is going to continue, although it's likely to continue to be sort of slow and steady, soft and steady, and that of course is a good environment for REIT investing. But also, the most optimistic part of the market, I think, is we continue to see restrained new construction. People have talked about the strong growth in new construction, but the new construction is still way below average levels. So the overall market conditions are quite favorable, and I think we've already seen the effects of that in the earnings reports of the REITs that have reported earnings for the first quarter of the year. They've been very strong in terms of growth in funds from operations and other measures of the fundamental earnings capacity of the assets that they own.
And did any particular REIT segments catch your eye last month?
You could characterize April as a rebalancing month where some of the sectors that have outperformed recently have underperformed, but overall it wasn't a month of very large movements.
Thank you, Brad.
It's my pleasure.
And for more news and analysis on all things REIT, be sure to visit REIT.com.